All right, let's just jump right in. When you think about the best streaming devices, your mind probably goes to Google, Amazon, maybe Apple, right? Well, what if I told you the device that's making serious waves right now comes from Walmart? No, I'm not kidding. Today we're taking a close look at the On 4K Pro and figuring out what happens when a retail giant decides to go head to head with Silicon Valley. And this is really the big question, isn't it? Can a device that costs just $50 from a place you buy groceries actually outperform the tech giants at their own game? Let's find out. So first, let's just quickly set the scene. We all face the same problem. You want all the good stuff. Crystal clear 4K, beautiful Dolby Vision, and an interface that actually moves when you press a button. But getting that package has always meant shelling out more money. The budget options, they usually feel like you're settling for less. And then, this thing just crashes the party. Walmart's On 4K Pro. It shows up with a $50 price tag, but it's making promises that sound like they belong on a device that costs double that. This is the challenger that's making everybody, and I mean everybody, turn their heads. Okay, so what actually gives this little box the right to have Pro in its name? Is it just some clever marketing, or is there real power packed in there? Let's open it up and see what all the buzz is about. Right off the bat, you get 32 gigabytes of storage. Now that might not sound like a ton for your phone, but in the world of streaming boxes, it is huge. Just for some perspective, Google's own Chromecast gives you a tiny 8 gigs, which, trust me, fills up fast. This means you can actually download all the apps and games you want without constantly worrying about what to delete. But here's where it gets really clever. This thing kind of has a secret identity. It has far-field microphones built right in, which turns the entire box into a hands-free smart speaker. You can ask Google Assistant or its new AI, Gemini, for the weather or to turn on your lights, even when the TV is completely off. It's a really smart 2-for-1 deal. And yes, it has a feature that honestly should be on every single remote control in existence. A finder button. You push a little button on the box, and the remote starts chirping from wherever it got lost in the couch cushions. It's a small thing, but man, it feels like a luxury feature. Now let's just look at the raw specs, because this tells a really shocking story. The On 4K Pro isn't just a little better than the Chromecast. On paper, it's a lot better. We're talking 3 gigs of RAM versus Google's 2, which means a much snappier feel when you're jumping around menus. And with 4 times the storage, you can download apps without a care in the world. Oh, and you get built-in Ethernet and USB ports, so no more messing with extra dongles. For the same price, Walmart is just giving you so much more hardware. Okay, specs on a slide are one thing, but does that power actually show up in the real world? This is where things get really interesting. Let's put this $50 box up against its biggest rivals and see what happens. And wow, look at this. These benchmarks from AFTV News tell the whole story. As you can see, the On 4K Pro isn't just hanging with the big names, it's actually beating them. It's faster than Amazon's super popular Fire TV Stick 4K Max, and get this, it's also faster than Google's own streamer. And just to put a number on it, tech reviewer Triple M found that, and I'm quoting here, the On Pro is about 12% faster than the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. Walmart is actually beating Amazon devices. That is not a small margin. That is a noticeable performance win against a huge market leader. And the difference gets even crazier when you put it up against Google's streamer. The On 4K Pro is a whopping 25% faster. So what does this all mean? It's pretty simple. You are getting a whole lot more speed for your money. End of story. Alright, so it's fast, it's packed with features, and it's cheap. Sounds perfect, right? Well, of course, no device is actually perfect. So let's get real for a minute and talk about the day-to-day experience. The good, the bad, and one issue that's genuinely a little scary. So here's the breakdown. On the one hand, the value is just off the charts. You get those extra ports, modern Wi-Fi 6, fantastic stuff. But on the other hand, they did have to make some compromises. That processor, even though it's fast, is actually a chip from 2019. Some people find the remote a little busy, and that Ethernet port is capped at 100 megabits. Now, for most of us streaming from Netflix, that is perfectly fine. But if you're a power user streaming massive 4K files from a local server, it's something you need to be aware of. Okay, now for the serious part. We have to talk about a major software issue that some people have reported. It's a problem known as bricking. And it's exactly what it sounds like. A software update comes through, and it basically kills the device, turning it into a useless piece of plastic. A brick. And this isn't just a rumor. A user named Jerry on How to Geek posted this about his older On models, saying, "When I did the upgrade on the older version boxes, it bricked both of them and now they're completely useless." He even said a factory reset didn't help. This is a huge warning for anyone who might have one of the previous models.
Now, let's be super clear. If you're just seeing some minor glitches after an update, not a total device meltdown, sources say that a simple factory reset can often solve the problem. But I have to stress, this is a fix for small bugs, not for the catastrophic bricking issue that some people have run into with past devices.
So, when you weigh everything, the amazing performance, that incredible price, and the potential software risks, what's the final word on Walmart's surprisingly ambitious little streaming box? Well, it really just comes down to who you are. If you're on a budget but you hate feeling like you're compromising, or if you're deep in the Google Home ecosystem, this thing is an absolute home run. Same if you're a cord cutter who needs those physical ports. But if you own an older On model and you're worried about updates, or if you just want a super simple remote, or you need those gigabit speeds for your home server, you might want to hit pause and look at other options. And all of this leaves us with one last really big question. When a $50 box from Walmart can deliver this much power and this many features, has it just completely broken the streaming market? You really have to wonder, are the days of the $100 premium streamer officially over?